Hello, everybody. Time for some heavyweight boxing. We are down to the Sweet 16 heavyweights here. And these are the boxers that are in the championship rounds here. Some notables that belong here, and there's a few surprises along the way. Tony Tucker. That's one. Harry Cooper. Or Henry Cooper. Sorry, not Harry Cooper. Let's head to the ring and see what we got up for today. So, first up today, the number 1 seeded Joe Louis taking on the number 13 ranked and 14th seeded Joe Frazier. Let's take a look at the preview. Both fighters 3-0 with 2 knockouts. Tail of the tape, Joe Louis 68-3-0 with 54 knockouts. And Frazier 32-4-1 with 27 knockouts. 2 blue-collar towns, Detroit, Michigan for Joe Louis and Philadelphia, Pennsylvania for Smokin' Joe. As far as the control goes, a slight edge to Joe Louis. Defensively, Joe Louis an edge there. Power, slight edge to Louis. Durability is equal. Chin, Frazier has a slight edge. Cut, edge goes to Louis. Will, that goes to Frazier. TKO, Frazier gets the edge there, and then the finisher, slight edge to Joe Louis. A little better finisher. Endurance, both these fighters pretty good endurance, slight edge there to Frazier. The only one of them with a specialty trait is Joe Louis. His chin is +2 after the first knockdown. So if Frazier does knock him down, his chin will go to a 7. So he seems to get stronger or a little more careful after the first knockdown. Let's head to the ring and see how this one plays out. All right, both fighters starting on the inside. Here we go, round 1. Pretty even round. Frazier did open up a cut on the lip of Joe Louis. A little bit of blood showing there. As far as punches, Frazier did have the best punch of the round with the big, strong hook that split Louis's lip. That probably won him the round. We head to round 2. Both fighters stay on the inside. Strong comeback there in that round from Joe Louis. Frazier, the announcers made a little more big deal of it than really was needed, as Frazier did have a slightly low blow, but Louis came on strong at the end after that low blow, and both fighters put a TKO point on each other. And that one I think is too close to call. Frazier did win the point punch total, but we head to round 3. Louis now slips to the outside. Frazier stays on the inside. Joe Frazier coming on strong here in round 3. He looked like he had Louis in trouble there for a moment, but could not really follow through on it. But he lands a nice combination at the end of round 3, and a big round for Joe Frazier. We head to round 4, and now Joe Louis goes into pressure mode. Frazier stays on the inside. See, we get some fireworks this round. Frazier looked like he had Louis that round, but then Louis catches Frazier with a big uppercut at the end of round 4 here, and that woke him up. Little John back and forth as they both return to their corners. We get ready for round 5. So far, this it's really too tough to call. It's been pretty close throughout. Frazier did have the big round 4 or 3. Was it 3? But that might have put him in the lead in this fight. We head to round 5. Both fighters now on the inside. Oh, wow. Joe Frazier in trouble here in round 5 as Louis applied the pressure with some big shots, including a strong uppercut that put Frazier on his heels. And Lewis almost finished him, but the round ends. We head to round 6. Now, Lewis stays on the inside, and Frazier's going into pressure mode. Lewis started out strong, but kind of faded at the end of this round. The big news, though, is that he did catch Frazier with a hook, and it was enough to rip his left eye open, and he's got some bleeding. He's bleeding profusely from his left eye, and then we'll have to try to see if they can get that under control as we head to round 7. Both fighters with 3 TKO points, so it's been fairly even except for a couple of rounds, one for Lewis and one for Frazier. We head to round 7, both fighters on the inside. Another dominant round from Joe Lewis. Really attacked the body of Frazier. And then caught him with a nice cross at the sound of the bell. Dominant performance there from Joe Lewis. Frazier finds himself in a little bit of trouble now. Back-to-back dominant rounds from Joe Lewis. Now Frazier senses that he's going into pressure mode. Lewis stays on the inside. Round 8. Frazier's down here in round 8. He is exhausted. He is just up at the count of 9. Let's see if Lewis can finish him here in round 8. What a punishing round for Joe Lewis as he puts Frazier on the canvas. Could not put him away though, but caught him with a nice cross there at the end of the round that reminded Frazier where he's at right now. He's in the ring with one of the best fighters to ever lace up the gloves. And Lewis is showing why he is the number one seeded and number one ranked fighter of all the heavyweights. Frazier now is in fatigue level 1, and Lewis still has some endurance left. Let's see if he can finish him here in round 9. Both fighters on the inside. Frazier down for the second time here in round 9. 6, 7. He's up at 7. Referee touches his gloves. See if he lets him go. He will.
Unloads 2 jabs and goes downstairs to the midsection. Oh, and that left hand. Right hand connects. Oh, and that left hand. Oh, and a nice right hook. Oh, and a nice right hook. There's a lead left hook.
Joe Frazier still has some fight in him as he catches Lewis with an uppercut at the sound of the bell here in round 9, but not before Lewis put him down for the second time in this fight and almost had him out. But he gets through another round, but they're going to check him. They're going to go over and check at him, look at him, see if they're going to stop this fight. Nope, they will not. Frazier will continue. He is a battler, a warrior, and we head to round 10. Now both fighters in level, Frazier's going to be in level 3 fatigue. Level 1 for Lewis. Frazier keeps into pressure mode. Lewis on the inside.
Unloads 2 jabs and goes downstairs to the midsection. A nice 1-2 combo. Stop. Using stumbles. Head movement. Bobbing and weaving. There's a shot. Sweet overhand right. Oh, and gets jacked on the jaw again, but eats the punch. There's a 1-2 combination. Just missed that larger left hook. Did you see how close that was? Coming forward, lands the right. There's a lead left hook.
Joe Frazier with an impressive round here in round 10. He's not giving up on this fight just yet. He almost caught Lewis napping as he got in a little too close and caught him with a big hook. But Frazier didn't seem too fazed by it. But he better be careful in the final rounds. Now he is. He's going to the outside. Frazier is going to keep up the pressure. Here in round 11.
Right hand scores. Another right hand connects. Unloads 2 jabs and goes downstairs to the midsection. Right hand scores. There he blocks that. Let him go.
And Lewis now has 11 TKO points on Frazier. Was unable to get into TKO watch since the couple rounds ago, but as Frazier showing he's not giving up on this fight. And Lewis, he's still got a puncher's chance. His power is a 4, but he's got Lewis's chin down to a 4. And both fighters are tired, so you never know. Frazier known to sneak in a hook out of nowhere, and he'll stay on the inside. Lewis stays on the outside. Here we go, 12th and final round. That's it. We're going to the judges, and I think we all know who won this fight. But Frazier has to be admired for battling through the entire fight, getting knocked up and getting back up, and really taking it at Joe Lewis here in the latter rounds. Let's head to the official result. It's unanimous, as we knew. 115-110, 116-109, and 116-111 for the winner by unanimous decision, Joe Lewis. So Lewis will advance to the round of 8. And with the 2 knockdowns, those really rounds 8 and 9, he was dominant. But then you see Frazier comes back with a round 10. He took that round, and he was in it. But the middle rounds is where Frazier had trouble. Lewis had it in control rounds 5 through 9. And that's where the fight was lost for Frazier. Punch points, look at that. Lewis, dominant in the punch point totals. So, fight number 1's in the books. Lewis advances with a unanimous decision over Joe Frazier. Now we go to the second fight. Oscar Bonavena against Larry Holmes. Both fighters 3-0. Out of Buenos Aires, Argentina, Bonavena was 58-9-1 with 44 knockouts. Larry Holmes out of Easton, Pennsylvania, 69-6-0 with 44 knockouts as well. Tail of the tape, it is going to be Holmes with the advantage there, as he is a tactical fighter, and Bonavena struggles with tactical fighters, and and Holmes toys with power punchers. So it's going to be definitely a challenge for Bonavena. He's hoping to do what he did with Muhammad Ali in real life with Holmes. Defense, dominant edge goes to Larry Holmes. Power, Bonavena has the edge there. Durability, Bonavena has a little better durability. Chin, they're equal. Cut, slight edge to Bonavena. And will and TKO are both Bonavena. Finisher, they're even. Both are about the same there. And endurance, Bonavena will have an edge there. We head to the ring. Let's see what Bonavena can do with. Let's see what he can do with Larry Holmes. Round one, both fighters coming out in pressure. A solid start for Bonavena as he comes out swinging the heavy hands, lands a straight right that caught Holmes flush, and that just seemed to anger Holmes as he dominated the second half of this round and probably took the round with a solid finish there to the round. We head to round two. And now Holmes goes into elusive mode. Bonavena stays in pressure mode. So Holmes sticking and moving. Bonavena tried to get in there, but Holmes was a little too elusive for him. And we head to round three. So far it's been all Holmes. Well, not all Holmes, but he's won the first two rounds in my eye. Bonavena stays on the inside. This time Holmes will go to the outside. Bonavena has to be getting a little frustrated as Holmes bobs and weaves his way through that round. And Bonavena doesn't have a whole lot to show for his effort. Holmes lands that nice combination at the end. Might have helped him take the round. Head to round four. And again, Bonavena on the inside, Holmes on the outside. fairly quiet round as neither fighter really, neither one of them really took control. We head to round 5. Inside for Bonavena, outside for Holmes again. Holmes catches Bonavena with a straight right there as the bell sounds and is able to put another TKO point on Bonavena. He's got 3 now. 2 Holmes is 1. And we head to round 6. I have to think that Holmes is pretty much in control right now. And here comes Bonavena going into pressure mode as he can sense it as well as the fight's slipping away from him. Holmes stays on the outside.
Unloads 2 jabs and goes downstairs to the midsection. Oh, and a nice right hook. A nice 1-2 combo. There's a shot that lands on the jaw. Oh, there's a step in right hand. Right hand connects. Oh, and a nice right hook. There's a 1-2 combination. Coming forward, lands the right. Oh, there's a step in right hand.
Back and forth that round as Bonavena dished out a little more punishment, but Holmes was able to answer towards the end of the round, landed a couple big shots. We head to round 7. Bonavena goes to the inside, Holmes to the outside.
Right hand connects. Sticks the jab. Another right hand connects. The double jab. Another right hand connects. Using submission. Head movement. Lashes the jab. Good exchange for these 2 fighters.
And that ends round 7 as Holmes did get another TKO point there at the end. But pretty even round. Bonavena now with 5 TKO points. He is a 10 rank, so he's not really in any trouble per se. We head to round 8 and Bonavena back into pressure mode. Holmes will stay on the outside.
Oh, there's a step in right hand. Oh, that left hand. There's a shot that lands on the jaw. Oh, there's a step in right hand. Unloads 2 jabs and goes downstairs to the midsection. There's a 1-2
Another pretty even round as Bonavena doing his best to stay with Holmes. Again, though, both fighters get TKO point that round, and Bonavena's up to 6. He stays in pressure mode. Holmes stays on the outside. Round 9. Another solid round for Holmes, as he seems to be landing a lot more punches than Bonavena. And as you see, Bonavena had better endurance than Holmes, and he's already at -9, and Holmes still has some endurance left here in round 10. Bonavena going to the inside, Holmes to the outside. Larry Holmes just toying with Oscar Bonavena now. And we head to round 11. It's been all Larry Holmes. I don't think there's any doubt. Unless he knocks out Holmes here, I think it's no doubt that Holmes has won this fight. We head to round 11. And finally, Holmes is in level 1 in endurance. Bonavena in level 3. And Bonavena has gassed. He just has nothing left. And Holmes just coasting in this one. We head to the 12th and final round. And like I said, if only way that Bonavena's even got a shot is if he could land one. But his power has dwindled because of his endurance. Here we go. Round 12. And we're going to the judges, but I don't think the judges had really real big decisions to make here. It was a dominant performance from Larry Holmes as he at times toyed with Oscar Bonavena, and an impressive performance. Let's just see how bad the scoring is in favor of Holmes. 117, 111, 118, 112, and 119, 111 for the winner, Larry Holmes. So Holmes, I mean, just by the feel of the fight, I would say it was closer to 119, 111 than 117, 111. But there was quite a few close rounds early on. Punch points, not as dominant as I thought it was going to be, but it's still, he definitely dealt some damage here, especially in the latter rounds. I think from the, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of the 12 rounds he was able to get a TKO point on Oscar Bonavena. Again, no knockdowns in the fight, but just an impressive performance from Larry Holmes. So he goes to 4-0, and he advances to the final 8 fighters. Next up, Mike Tyson, the 4th seeded heavyweight, taking on Ibeabuchi. Ibeabuchi. I keep saying Ibeabuchi. He is ranked, or I'm sorry, he's ranked number 14, but he's seeded number 9. Let's take a look at the preview. Both these guys 3-0, and Tyson had probably one of the scariest. He won by split decision in one of his fights. Now I'm trying to remember who he split with. But the other 2 were by knockout. Surprisingly, Ibeabuchi, who's got 15 knockouts on 20 fights, none of his fights have been won by a knockout. I don't know if they'll let you look at the... Let me check some here. No. I'm trying to remember how, because there was a way you could click on their name. I think it might have been it. No. Anywho, let's go back to the preview. Tail of the tape. Both these guys power punchers, physical fighters, and both Tyson will have the edge there as far as control goes. Defense, Tyson has the edge. Power, edge to Tyson. Durability, even. Chin, Ibeabuchi, though, with a granite chin. Cut, edge goes to Tyson. Will and TKO, edge to Tyson. And a finisher, Tyson, a little better finisher. Endurance-wise, about even, but a slight edge to Tyson. So, not as a... what's the word I'm looking for? Is not as automatic as you might think. Ibeabuchi does have some things that could give Tyson some trouble. Let's head to the ring. All right, Tyson coming out in pressure mode. Ibeabuchi starts on the outside. Round 1.
Oh, wow. Oh, jeez. My goodness gracious. My gosh. That's inappropriate to say that. That's assault, you guys.
Ibeabuchi comes out showing he's not intimidated and lands a solid shot to Mike Tyson's nutsack. And that did not go over well, as Tyson is livid, but Ibeabuchi's just laughing in his corner as they let Tyson get his wits about him. Let's see how that plays out here. Here we go. They let the fighters get back in. Here we go. Start the fight back up. Well, he seemed to have angered Tyson, and Tyson, with a nice double hook, and then a straight right as the bell sounded, landed some nice shots there. And a pretty impressive first round for Mike Tyson. We head to round 2. Tyson in pressure mode again. Ibeabuchi will go to the inside. What a round as he punished Ibeabuchi. He just stood there and took the punishment there at the end of the round with a nice combination, then a straight right, and then 2 solid left hooks to the head of Ibeabuchi. And if that round would have went any farther, they might have stopped it. We head to round 3. So far, it's been all Tyson. Both fighters on the inside. So Ibeabuchi, a little stronger effort there in round 3, but Tyson still, with another TKO point, now has 4 TKO points on Ibeabuchi, and it's only round 4. Tyson on the inside, Ibeabuchi on the outside. Here we go. Tyson just keeps on coming. Another punishing round. And Ibeabuchi's really not impressive here in the first 4 rounds of this fight. Tyson, meanwhile, really the punishing puncher that we saw early on in his career. And now Ibeabuchi's going to the inside. Let's see if we get some fireworks here in round 5. So Ibeabuchi lands his best punch of the fight and actually stopped Tyson in his tracks with a solid uppercut. But Tyson comes right back at the later part of the round and lands some big shots that had Ibeabuchi backing up. 7 TKO points now for Ibeabuchi, and he is rated a 7. So keep an eye open here. See if Tyson can finish him here in the next few rounds. Tyson on the inside, Ibeabuchi on the outside. Round 6. Ibeabuchi with a strong round, his best of the fight so far, as he was able to outpoint Tyson and land some pretty good punches. Nice combination, couple nice combinations in that round. We head to round 7. So much for the TKO watch, as Tyson unable to put the pressure. Now both fighters are going to hit endurance, level 1 endurance. Tyson going into pressure mode. Ibeabuchi with on the outside. Round 7.
Unloads 2 jabs and goes downstairs to the midsection. Unloads 2 jabs and goes downstairs to the midsection. Bobbing and weaving now, just trying to close the gap. There's a lead left hook. Oh, and that left hand. Coming forward, lands the right. Good exchange for these two fighters. Another right hand connects. Let him go. There's a 1-2 combination.
Mike Tyson with a strong round here in round 7. comes out and holds the action for most of the round. Ibeabuchi with the combination just at the end, not just so he wouldn't get shut out here. And that's going to put Ibeabuchi into TKO watch. And Tyson has to be thinking to really come out here in round 8 and put this fight away. He is on the inside. Ibeabuchi on the outside. That's it. That is it. The referee steps in. He's seen enough. Tyson, like we said, came out with fire in his eyes and landed shot after shot. Ibeabuchi could not defend himself. And the referee calls it here at 145 or 115 of round 8. Let's see what the scorecard said. And Tyson, with a huge lead in everything. Punch point totals. Scoring was out of this world. Not even a knockdown in the fight, and still Tyson was dominant. Not hardly any blue here. Just a little bit. It was all Tyson in this one, as Ibeabuchi was not impressive here. Showed he did not belong in the final 16 for sure. And that's going to be it. So there you have it for today's fights. The Lewis-Frazier fight was a doozy for sure. And the other two were kind of blowouts. But I think we're going to see some closer fights here in this latter part. Up next will be Holyfield taking on Gene Tunney. That's going to be a good one. I'd have to say Tunney's going to be the favorite. He is seeded 5th. Tony Tucker and Jack Dempsey. That should be all Dempsey there. And Foreman against Cooper should be Foreman. So Marciano against Walcott will be a fairly good fight, maybe. And Jeffries and Ali in the last bout. So thanks for watching. We'll see you for the next round of fights.